Hello all, welcome back to my channel. This is right here at the Budgeting Betty. Today we'll be doing a cash planning for my first paycheck of March for a total of $2,400. So I do have the money here. I do have a few placeholders that will represent money in the bank. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me put this here and let me get the first binder. All right. I do need to mention that I did not fill out my trackers ahead of time, but we will just see how this goes. So we are going to do $700 in a placeholder, a 20 and a 5, and this will be for next month's rent. This in here, okay. Next is car payment. So I have $235 in here. We will be adding another $200 placeholder, 20 and 30, and then let me put this in here. Okay, so now we have 200, 400, 420, 440, 450, 460, 65, 66, 67, and this is good for the next page, my next payment. And this is for for March 16th. So let's go put this in our month ahead section. I would like to use my magic month to get a month ahead so that I'm able to do a weekly budget instead. Okay, so Sparklight is getting nothing. Subscriptions, oh my gosh, I gotta move this to my month ahead as well. And this is for March. Okay, it's kind of technically March 1st. I think my first subscription comes out on March 1st. But then kind of goes out throughout the rest of the month. So I'll put this here and put my paper clip back on top. And then now we can, oopsies, get our next month. So we'll do 2 20s, 4 10s, 1 5, and 9 1s. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. I do it in these denominations because I take them out as needed, so there should be 94, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. So this is good for April, but I will not be moving it over until I remove my March one. So that's there. Gym memberships, we are not stuffing today. Skipping this. We are skipping all the way to annual subscriptions. Okay. All right, so we are going to add $10 here, and we will fill out a $10 Hello Kitty. So in annual subscriptions, we have 300, 350, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 369. Okay. All right. And extra debt payment, we are using this tracker, and we are adding $15 so that we can check off these ones. Okay. So, and extra debt payment, we have 100, 150, 160, 65, 68, 67, 68. So 168. Okay, and then it's all for my bills. Okay, here we are in my personal binder. So, oopsies. All right, in my personal spending, I am getting $60, and that is in 3 20s. So now $150, $100, $120, $140, $160, $180, $201. And in clothing, it is getting $5. So now it has 20, 30, 35, 40. All right, we are speeding right along. I'm working super hard to get this under a short video. So happy birthday is getting $10. I did complete the savings challenge, but I'm putting extra money in. I already started purchasing some things because I want my items to arrive before my birthday. Next up is beauty, and beauty is getting $10. So now it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right. I do anticipate putting some money in here. I purchased my, what did I purchase? My eyelash serum. I actually purchased 2 of them because I knew my sister would want to purchase her as well. So $5 in salon and spa. So now it has 20, 30, 35, and 40. I purchased our eyelash serum on the Allure website. I am an Allure member. So nothing in here, nothing in here, and we are going to stationery. So I get it at a discounted price. So $5, now it has $10. So I bought 2 because just to kind of have on hand for my sister in case she runs out. Happy Meal is getting $5. So now it has 15. So she already asked me to get one for her, and I already have an extra one, so she's just gonna give me the $5 or $35, and I will add that to my beauty envelope. Gaming is getting $5. So now it is 50, 70, 80, 85. All right. And bookworm is not getting anything. Okay. Next binder. All right, into my family, friends, and fur babies. Oh, I forgot to mention I did change my dashboard. So that is cute. I forgot to check these off. So that's done. Dun, dun. Yeah, sorry, I'm not left-handed, but I need to mark where I'm at. Okay, oops. Okay, I checked more than I needed, but in my family section, my mom is getting $5, so now she has 25. I actually got off work today. My father, he's getting $5 as well, so now he has 20. I got off work a little bit late. I worked a 14-hour shift, not intentionally. Skip my sister and into my brother. He is getting $5, so $6. Someone had called off, so it was pretty much one person if I didn't stay. And now we are skipping to my fur babies. So I stayed, and I got off around 8:30. Fur babies, feed and supplements is getting $210, and the $200 will be in a placeholder and in 10. So I figured I would just stay up and record this now, because the day I'm supposed to record this, I wasn't going to go to the gym, so I decided to go to the gym until the day I'm supposed to film. So that's why I'm doing this today. Now, feed and supplements has 200, 400, 500, 510, 520, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 529. That is also why my trackers are not updated in advance, because I filmed sooner than I'm supposed to. Okay, medical and care is getting $90, so 50. Oops. I had a nice 50 here. We'll do that one. And 2 20s. So now in medical and care, I have 500, 550, 570, 590, 610, 615, 16, 17, 18. So 618 in medical and care. And now we are going to Pet Essentials. And Pet Essentials is getting $15. And work has been busy. Very, very busy. It was a rough night. So Pet Essentials has 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53. very busy. So for those of you who don't know, I am a medical technologist or a clinical laboratory scientist. Pet miscellaneous is getting $30, but it is 2 10s and 2 5s. So 10, 20, 25, and 30. Maybe like if you're a nurse, you're probably aware of what we do in the lab. Pet miscellaneous has 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 91, 92, 93. Oh, maybe I would include some pictures while I'm talking about it. So that's pet miscellaneous. Emergency vet. Whoops. This tracker will need to be erased, but I'm adding $15. We did pay our vet, and thankfully my sister split the bill with me. So I will just need to take a little bit out of either emergency or unexpected, but in emergency vet, we have 50, 60, 70, 75, 76, 77. But as I was saying, I feel like not a lot of people know what a clinical laboratory scientist is. I think I've talked about it a little bit before. So in Dream Fur Babies, we are adding $5. Okay, and let me color this tracker in. So I work in a lab. It's in a pretty, not too big of a hospital. And in the laboratory, we kind of do testing on various body fluids, blood, sputum, stool, urine. So when you go to a hospital or even like an outpatient clinic and you get your blood drawn or they collect a urine sample, it gets brought to the lab and I perform that testing on it. So in Dream Fur Babies, I have 100, 200, 250, 270, 280, 85, 86, 87, 88. Okay, so, and within the lab, there are different departments. Oh, this goes on, I think it goes on this one because this is a fat stack. And then nothing in for babysitting. So let me get the next binder. Okay, here we are with my short-term binder. Really love this binder. So we'll go to groceries. Anyway, as I was saying, there are various departments in the laboratory. So groceries and essentials is getting $150, and that is 2 50s, 2 20s, oops, 2 20s, and 2 5s. Interesting. Let me give that a count real quick. 50, 100, 120, 40, 45, 50. Plus 50, so 200. So we have blood bank, hematology, chemistry, microbiology, serology, and within heme you have stuff like coagulation and urinalysis and things like that. So I am what we would call a generalist, so I kind of perform all the departments. Transportation is getting 130, and that will be 2 50s, 2 10s, well, that's interesting, and 2 5s, right? Yes. Oh, taken from the wrong stack. I did a little bit different denominations this week because I'm doing $10 less than what I normally do, so let's do a quick count. 120, 30. Okay, perfect. Now we can add these in here. So 50, 100, 150, 160, 170, 180, 85, 90, 195. I can't wait to update these trackers so I know if this was a success. Eating out is getting $90. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. Okay, now eating out has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 130, 140, 150 in eating out. So I pretty much can do all of it. I would say my weakest area is microbiology. In our hospital lab, we do have like full-time microbiologists. I just do the general stuff on night shift as needed. So for coffee, I give myself $60, and I always do it in 10s. So let me grab, let's see. I do it in 10s because that's pretty much how much I reload my Starbucks app in $10 increments. So now coffee has 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. So put this in there and we will go to miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is getting $30, and this is in 2 10s and 2 5s. So now miscellaneous has 100, 110, 120, 125, 130, 135, 36, 37. Perfect. And miscellaneous. Now we will skip to my essential section and go into health and wellness. Health and wellness today is only getting $10. And that will put us at 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, which is pretty good. Let me do some checkoffs, and then I'll flip to the next page. So, like I said, microbiology is my weakest. I'm not a big fan of blood banking. That's kind of where we would determine your blood type. And if you had any antibodies, we'd have to do an additional work. Blood bank scares me. I'm always scared of giving the wrong blood. It's just it scares me. It's pretty much how I would describe it. Next up is toiletries. My confident departments are chemistry and hematology. So now it has $5, $6, $7, $8 in toiletries. I do enjoy chemistry the most. Household is getting $5, and that's all that it has. And the reason being is I don't get too much dirty. For the most part, the machines do most of our work in the laboratory, especially in chemistry. You're just trying to keep them happy and running. So fun is getting $5, so now it's 10, 15, 20, 21. And I am using the saving challenge by Cash Up with Grace. So let me get a marker. We'll do this green. So as I was saying, chemistry is my go-to department. And when you think of chemistry, you'll think of like your electrolytes, your A1C. That's the type of test that gets done in chemistry. There's quite a bit, like your hepatitis. Those are all ran on an analyzer, and my job in chemistry is to QC it, maintenance, and keep it happy, pretty much. So that is it for fun, slowly building it up. And that is it. So nothing in gamble, nothing in electronics, nothing in home. I did take out the additional envelopes that were here, so in case you were wondering, let's close this up. Real quick, let's hop into my long term. Not much is getting stuffed in here. We are just going into car maintenance. So that is chemistry for you. And my next confident department is hematology. That is where we perform pretty much testing on bodily fluids. So your urine, your even semen. We do semen, $10 into car maintenance. And let me bubble this in. But your whole blood. So when you go in and they do a CBC test on you to do your complete blood count, where they'll tell you your white blood cells, red blood cells, hemoglobin, hematocrit, your platelet count, and things like that. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I could not find a 10, but kind of the same thing there. The machine does it, but there are situations to where you will need to do it manually. Okay, so now car maintenance has 50, 70, 90, 100, 105. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. 50, 70, 90, 100, 105, 106, 107. 107. Perfect. Should be enough for oil change. Alright, and this is the only thing getting stuffed in this binder. So, let me put this here for a little while, and we will go into this binder. And I did update this a little bit. I have this cute dashboard of a horse from Bare Bones Collectives, but it was gifted to me by Jasmine Plans in a giveaway. I just thought it would go well since this is the rodeo expenses binder. Okay, and we are going to rodeos. Oops, a little bit too far there. Right here. So in open rodeos, we are putting $130, and these are in weird denominations. So 50, 220s, 310s. And the reason for this is because I will be taking this with me to the rodeo. This is to pay for diesel, DEF, things for my horses. Hopefully this is enough. Do bear in mind that I'll be splitting diesel costs with my sister. So 50, 70, 90, 100, 10, 20, 25, 30, so 130 into open rodeos. So as I was saying, there are situations to where you need to look at it under the microscope. This goes for urine, semen, burn testing, as well as your whole blood. So I will show a few pictures of those, and these are just learning slides, either from my blood or just what I was shown to learn from. So anyway, let me get the next binder. Okay, here we are in my seasons holiday binder. All right, so we are skipping 2 seasons, and we are starting this new one. Whoopsies, if I can get her out. The savings challenge, and it is getting, what is it getting? $11. So a 10 and a 1. See? And let me color this in with this cute color. Oh, this isn't, this is not gonna do. This color. So it's a little bit more hands-on. I think a lot of people enjoy that rather than just watching chemistry and doing calibrations and things like that. I do enjoy hematology. I think I don't like touching urine though, is my issue. And the same thing with urine. We do have a machine that can classify things for you right away, but sometimes you need to look at it manually under the microscope. So savings challenge has, do keep in mind, I had 92 already from this one. So now we have 50, 70, 80, 100, 101, 102, 103 for both of these. So it is cool to look at things under the microscope, but I like to be clean in chemistry. Okay, so we are skipping to Thanksgiving now, which is, I'm using this little cute challenge here, and we are putting $2, so 1 and a 2, and let's color this in. I'm not sure if you guys can see this, so let me color to make that darker, and then we'll do this too. So now Thanksgiving has $6. But that's what I do for work. It's a lot of fun, can be very stressful, because the laboratory does cover the entire inpatient of the hospital, as well as the emergency room, as well as outpatient services such as surgeries and people who are just coming in for a checkup. And not only that, I'll finish that thought in a second. So my Christmas envelope here, we are using this savings challenge back here by Penny Palette Studios. So we are doing these 3, and then we'll do these next week, or next cash stuffing. But those 3 added up to $38. So that'll be a 20, 10, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So let me double check. 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, and we'll put this in here. I said I was going to finish that thought, but to be honest, I forgot what. Oh, I know, remember it. Okay. Christmas now has 100, 200, 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. Perfect. And then we'll slide this in here. And we're going to have to put this on here because she's getting a little bit thick. And then we will scratch off the next 3 numbers. But in addition to that, we covered the hospital, like the smaller clinics in the area, because they don't have their own lab, so they send their specimens to us, such as nursing homes, behavioral centers, health clinics. So we get their samples to test as well. So let me clear this off. Okay, so this is what we'll be using cash stuffing next time. I'm not scratching it off all the way so I can remember. So we'll put that here. And then we are almost done. We are going to Christmas essentials. But I do want to share with you guys what I do. I feel like not many people know about what career this is. So 1, 2, 3. I'm sure nurses on this channel know what a medical technologist or clinical laboratory scientist does and what they are. We do interact with nurses quite a bit, as well as doctors. Okay, so now this challenge has $8 in it. Oh my gosh. But if you ever have any questions about it, or what I think of it, what I like about it, you know, always feel free to ask me. All right, so, oh my gosh, this is the last bit of this. Oopsie, forgot my Christmas tree. Okay, now we can close this and we will go into my travel binder, but let me switch this. This color is not it, okay? Okay, into my travel binder, oops. We are stuffing a few things in here, starting with travel. We are doing Gallup trips and we are doing $5, so 15. I don't have enough to get propane for the horse trailer, so I might just take that out of open rodeos, and then we will skip to events, and I'm looking for marathons right here. And we are adding $14. So a 10, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let me put this to the side while I color this in. Okay. I do like it. I like being in a hospital. I love learning new things and seeing stuff. Pretty much being like a scientist. I would say without the patient interaction, because I'm not good with, I don't know, I just wouldn't really want to interact with the patient all that much. And I think that's why I like my field. I don't see myself doing this forever, to be honest. But anyway, marathons has 50, 70, 90, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 108. Wow. I'll probably purchase my half marathon one soon. The sooner you buy it, let me put this on here because she's thick. The cheaper it is. The longer you wait, the more the price goes up. So, okay, let's like sneak this little guy in here, and we are going to do my 100 envelope challenge, and we are doing the $3 one here. So I did kind of set some bad bills aside. Right here, put this here. They have to get folded kind of funny. But I love my 312s, I think, the most about my job. It can be stressful, I would say. Today was very stressful. It was a very busy night. Oh gosh. Okay, so $3 in here, yay. All right, the exciting part. So I did mention, I believe, in my cash planning that I am almost done with my box challenge. So this is my box challenge binder. Let me get caught ahead on checking these off. So I have a bunch of birthdays in March that I probably said a bajillion times. So I am going to allocate quite a bit of money to my box challenge. So it will be getting $60. And I really want to pay attention to these denominations. So it is getting 2 10s, 4 5s, and 21s. Let's see. I did kind of separate them here. All right, so these are the box challenge 20s. I'm not going to count it. Well, I'm not going to count the 20s. So 10, 20, 25, 30, 35. Am I missing a 5? Hang on, where am I? I'm missing a lot of 5s. What the heck? Okay, we are going to substitute. So take 2 20s, or 2 10s instead. So here's 40 plus the 20 makes it 60. And we are going to tuck her in here. Okay? And then let me put this to the side. Okay, next up is my Harry Potter binder. So this one's a little bit interesting. It is getting 21s for the mini section, which I've already separated here, and we're just gonna tuck this under here for my game time playtime whenever I play that. and then we are going to do my Harry Potter travel, which is getting $7. It is doing this one. So the way this works, let me count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is we start where I left off, and they each get $1 except the first two. So this will get $1 here, and then we will go to the front, and the lodging will get $2 because lodging is a little bit more expensive. Transportation is getting $2. I believe these have $4 because I haven't been doing it long. Tickets is getting $1. Now it has 2. Food and snacks is getting $1. Now it has 2, and we stopped here, so we will start there next time. And then while we're in here, let me scratch what we'll be stuffing next time. So that's a 6 and a 3, so $9. Okay, now we are going to my monthly. Here's my mini section that I was talking about. And in my monthly, we are doing $12. So let me get a marker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's do a 10, 1, and a 2. So now this challenge has 10, 20, 21, 22 in my monthly savings challenge. Perfect. All right. Okay. All right, real quick, let's do a quick check-in. So we did my mini savings challenge, and I did my Harry Potter binder, and this looks like this is all savings challenges. So let's move some things around here into my, I call it my long-term savings challenge. So this first one from Toriasbudgets, I rolled a 1, but times that by 2 is $2. So put that there. And we'll put it back in my envelope. Okay. Next challenge is from Kay at the Fancy Dollar, and it is getting $4. 2, whoops, 3, and 4. So let's color off this 4. Okay, I'll stick this in here. Next up is gift certificates, and it is getting $5. So let me check this off. Oops. Now it is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now our Cash Up with Grace rock paper scissor challenge is getting $5. I believe I already colored it in, so now it has 10, 15, 20, 21. Okay, next up is Budgeting with Cris bingo challenge. So I got a bingo here, and we are just adding the $10 to complete it. So let me, so it has 50, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87, and this is done. So let me go get a paper clip. Okay, got my paper clip, and this saved quite a bit. First challenge to go into my savings challenge bag. Okay. I'll pick another challenge later. I do have a few in mind. I have another bingo challenge from Budgeting with Cris, but I also ordered a few more, so we will wait. Next up is addition by subtraction, and we owe it $9. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let me check this off. And now it has 20, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, $50. Yay. This is saving up quite a bit. Okay, next up is this Level Up Mini Savings Challenge, and it is getting $5. Now it has 10, 20, 25, 30, 31. So we are almost done. We just have $4 left, and this goes to my 5K challenge that I have from Comfort Coins. I don't think I've really showed that binder with you guys, but when I complete this one and I put that money in there, I will show you. Forever and ever, I'm missing money. I'm missing $10. Let me get $10, hang on. Okay, I have $10 here, but I must have messed up somewhere. Let me just put it to the side. But what I have next on my cash planning sheet is $1, which I will be putting in roll the dice. So I'll put this here. I'm gonna leave that 10 there, and when I do my fill out my trackers, I will see where, oh my gosh, my ring, see where it's supposed to be, or like where I accidentally put it. This is just an extra 10 that I have that has to go back to the bank, so I shouldn't pull it from there. I'm just convinced that I messed up somewhere, and that $10 is in one of my binders, but I shouldn't put that in there. The savings challenge can wait, so I will figure out what happened. But anyway, roll the dice has 50, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. So this is a success. I do work tonight. I know I look pretty and all dolled up with my rings and my little sweater, but I actually work tonight. So I need to get to bed, and I'm probably gonna sleep all the way until I have to go into work because I stayed at work too long due to the call off. But thank you so much for watching. I did do everything. In case you are watching, these were all done except this forever and ever. I would like to figure out what happened there. But definitely thank you so much, and have a good one.